Welcome back to 8 out of 10 Cats. The next round is Believe It or Not. Let's have a look at a clip to illustrate the statistic.
Nobody can tell me anything. I don't read Daily Mirror and so on. I go and have a look. I go and have a look, and I've lived in the forests of North America, I've lived in the outback of the Ivory Coast, I've lived in India and Russia. I had my breakfast in Moscow, and my tea in Wood Street, Nick. Yeah, I've been about a bit. I'm the only man in the history of mankind that has swum across the Straits of Johor. Nobody's ever done it before, not because of the currents or anything like that, nothing like that. It's sharks. It's not shark-infested. But none of the locals go paddling. Yeah, I swum in. I know about sharks, yeah. I'm 6'3" and 16 stone, 200 weight, yeah. I know how to do them. You punch them right in the fucking ear hole and they swim out.
That was my dad. So don't mess with me, he's pretty hard. That was former boxer Paul Sykes there, talking about his life.
He's never left the north, that bloke, has he? No way. He punched a shark in the ear. He said, "Are sharks famous for their ears? Have they got massive ears?" I don't recall seeing a shark. Like, ooh, all right.
Sometimes those amazing stories are true. Like, the time I was at a fun fair, I was on a roller coaster, and it was going down towards a tunnel. A guy stood up, right? His head was sliced off, right? And his eyes came off and landed on my ice cream. And that is... There's no exaggeration there.
The related question is, 40% of people admit they regularly exaggerate to make their lives seem more interesting. True or false?
No,
True. Not that I'm suggesting for a moment Paul Sykes was exaggerating.
What I do, if someone tells me a story, I apply something called the exaggeration rate. So if someone said to me, like, I was on a speedboat and I had sex with Beyoncé, I'd look at them, you know, for example, say, for example, it was Charlie told me that story, I'd say probably what happened to Charlie was he was on a bus and he waved at Maura Stewart. So there would be...
That's my best anecdote.
60%.
You think that's 60% true?
See, for example, I have a Nobel Prize in scaffolding. Now, apply the exaggeration rate, you get the truth. I've got a spanner.
Do you exaggerate?
No, I'm a terrible, terrible liar. I was once going out with a girl, and after 2 weeks, she was talking to me about something, and I wasn't listening. And
of course you weren't listening. Some bird talking at you.
Well, and she got upset. So I told her that I was deaf in one ear. As a lie, and it's true. And I ended up going out with her for 7 years, and I could never find the right moment to explain to her that I wasn't deaf in one ear.
You should have waited for her to, like, slam the door and then go, "Oh, God, you fixed it!" Just one day.
Where were you?
Sometimes you have to exaggerate, right? When I was at school, I had a bet with this guy at a school called Andy that I could get on Richard and Judy's phoning, right, on This Morning. Never happened until the golden day, which was one of them brilliant days where we couldn't go into school because it had been snowing. The phone-in was on bullying. So I rang in, spoke to the first woman, and I said, "Oh, I'm being bullied." And she said, "Oh, should you be at school now?" And I went, "Yeah, I'm playing truant. I just can't bear to go in." OK, someone will call me back. Then Denise, you remember Denise?
Yeah.
She called me back, and she spoke to me on the phone. "Stay on the line, you're the first caller on the show." And ended up talking to Richard and Judy all about how much I was being bullied. Right? And by the time I'm on air, I'm laying it on so thick, I start to almost cry on the phone. The thing is, Richard, all I want to do is a school play, but I haven't got the confidence. And he said, "Let me tell you something, James. You ringing in today is braver than any of them bullies do, and we, for one, are proud of you." I said, "That means the world to me." Biggest lie I ever told.
40% of people admit regularly exaggerating to make their lives seem more interesting. True or false?
True, we think it's true.
You're going to go true. What are you going to go with?
False.
You're going to go false, OK. False. I can tell you the answer is false. Only 16% of people exaggerate to make their lives seem more interesting.
Yeah, but false as well.